time for Lebanon has a March 9th deadline to pay off a $1 billion euro bond approaches. Just days ago, Lebanon's government asked the International Monetary Fund to help shore up its economy with a rescue plan. Lebanon, one of the world's most indebted nations. Well, let's bring in John Defteres. And you've been speaking to Kristalina Georgieva, who is the managing director of the IMF. What did she tell you, John?
Well, she's pretty frank, Becky, but when it comes to this region right now, Lebanon is at the eye of the storm. Last week it asked for technical support. What it needs is economic support. One source said actually an economic lifeline right now. It's only a $53 billion economy. Becky, it's saddled with $87 billion of debt. So the managing director of the IMF said in Beirut they're acting like there's no crisis. Listen to her candor here.
It is very important to recognize two things. One, that the economy of Lebanon does need very deep structural reforms, and the sooner they're done, the better for Lebanon. Two, Lebanon has received an unfair share of troubles elsewhere. And that is also something that we need to be mindful of. We are sending a small team to Lebanon upon the request of the authorities. We will do our best to give a diagnostics and recommendations on measures they can take. But the taking is in the hands of Lebanon. And let's hope that we would see the courage to move towards changing the trajectory for the economy.
But the early indications are that the budget structure looks very much like the year before, and there's also a political squeeze on the ruling party. Well, what would you suggest to them? Don't go to business as usual and get on with it?
Well, where would business as usual take us? To basically the same place we are today. And why are the Lebanese people on the street? They do not want business as usual. So it doesn't really matter so much what we say. Listen to your people.
Terrific.
What they say.
Suggesting that things are tough and Lebanon at a critical juncture at this point. John, you also touched on another vitally important issue, that of gender equality.
Yes, this was the Global Women's Forum here in Dubai, and it's a central pillar, actually, Becky, for the UAE, because they moved up, get this, 23 places in the UNDP report to 26 in the world. But the managing director was saying, look, we have 1 out of 4 youth in this region without a job. It's time to unleash the power of women. Again, listen to how blunt she was with her assessment.
If we are to just bring the Middle East to par with the more advanced economies, if we only do that step, over the next years, there would be $1 trillion more in output for everybody to share. So we are talking about very significant improvements. David Malpass also flagged the increase in GDP. But beyond the economic impact, what we do is we create more diverse workplace, more diverse boardroom, and in the end, we make better decisions.
Once again, she was referring to David Malpass, her counterpart at the World Bank. But what's the context of $1 trillion, Becky? As you know here, this region has a $3 trillion economy. So she's saying if you deregulate the market, get gender equality, it'll add another $1 trillion over 10 years. It's extraordinary, the power it does have if you unleash it.
No, absolutely. Good stuff, John. Thank you very much indeed for that. John Defteres is in Dubai. I'm in London for you today. Both of us, of course, based out of Abu Dhabi in the UAE on a regular basis. Coming up on Connect.